Hey, yo, what's going on with it? Once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters, the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Free 2011, aka Chris's Guide 2009. Of course, you guys can rest your channel before we begin to check out freenumber.com and, of course, troublenovershoes.net. Many people want professional channel banner design and picture specifically made just for you guys. I will link to all their social media networking accounts in the description box down below, and, of course, the annotation outside. If any people are interested in a business partnership program, best partnership I've ever had, all that good shit. Without further ado, let's begin. Most of you people should know what this video is about. And spoilers if you haven't seen this episode yet. So, once again, My Little Pony Friendship Manager Season 5, Episode 20. It should be Episode 20. Yep, it's Episode 20. Heartbreakers. And today, or tonight, because most of these videos are going to be tonight, especially a lot more late at night from now on, because not because my schedule got changed or anything like that. That's a little bit different. Sometimes it's random. It's because it's just getting darker a lot more earlier now. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do a two-part on this, but spoilers if you haven't seen any of this episode yet, because I'm going to spoil the crap out of it if any people haven't seen it yet. So don't get pissed the fuck off at me if I spoil this thing for you. So, let's spoil this little episode segment for you. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, summary, the prologue. The episode begins at Ponyville begins in Ponyville, where the houses are all decorated for Heartwarming Eve, but of course it's a play on Christmas Eve. As Twilight, Sparkle, and Spike prepare to celebrate the castle, Pinkie Pie and Applejack enter to extend the holiday wishes before they leave onto the train. As the Apple family and Pie family are spending the holidays together, after a brief conversation about the diverse family traditions, Applejack and Pinkie Pie leave to catch the train. Apple and the Pies together. On the train ride on the train ride to the Pinkie Pie family rock farm, Applejack and Pinkie Pie express the excitement over their families spending Heartwarming Eve together. Applejack is especially excited to share her family's traditions with Pinkie's, including the traditional evening dinners, raising the equestrian flag, hanging Heartwarming Eve dolls over the fireplace, and opening presents the next morning. Pinkie Pie says that her family shares these traditions as well. As at the Rock Farm train station, Applejack worries that her and Pinkie's family might not get along, but the Pinkie assures her that they will because they are such close friends together. Pinkie's sister Maud Pie arrives to greet the group and escort them to the rock farm. There they meet one of the members of the Pie family, Pinkie's calm-spoken parents, Igneous Rock Pie and Cloudy Quartz, her abusive sister Limestone Pie, and I got a lot to say about that bitchy little fucking cunt because she was a huge ass bitch in this episode. But then she turns into a lead, but I'm going to get into that later. Limestone Pie. And her shy younger sister, Marble Pie. So that's pretty much the different correlations. Actually the same thing. Big Mac's supposed to be like the Marble Pie of that family. And then Limestone, she's pretty much like nobody. She would have been like the old Diamond Tiara. That's probably what she would have been like. And I guess Apple and Quartz are different because, Applejack never had a grandfather. She only had the grandmother, which was, Granny Smith, and that was it. So yeah, here it is, Marble Pie. Pinkie tells her cousin's family to get settled in before dinner, and Applejack looks forward to the rest of the evening. A different heartwarming. Contrary to Apple's expectations of warm sweet rolls and pot pies, the pies serve unappetizing rock soup at the dinner table. Nonetheless, Applejack remains optimistic and encourages her family to muscle through it. The Apples are disappointed further to learning that the Pies fashion heartwarming dolls are made out of rocks instead of crocheted yarn. In addition, they make a bizarre hide-and-seek game out of equestrian flag raising. Applejack is teamed up with Pinkie Pie, Big Macintosh with Marble, Apple Bloom, and Maud, and Granny Smith with Igneous Rock and Cloudy Quartz. Even stranger, the Pie family traditionally hides heartwarming presents for the recipients to find, resulting in very little gift exchanging each year. Applejack questions how fun how fun the Pies family holds the holiday traditions, and suggests that they are more catered, I don't even know how to say that fucking word, to the apple pie's family taste. That night after the lights are out, Applejack talks with her family about giving the Pie family a real heartwarming, quote unquote, a real official heartwarming Eve. Sharing traditions. The next morning, the Pies wake up to find the rock decorated for more festivities. Yeah, they were real surprised in that part. I remember that. Specifically remember that scene. Their jaws dropped to the fucking floor. The courtesy of Applejack. Despite Applejack's cheerfulness, her efforts are met with a cold reception from the Pies, who feel that the apples are forcing their traditions onto them. Pinkie Pie, wanting for the only for the two families to be close together, gets caught in the middle. To make matters worse, Applejack had planted her flagpole on a fault line, causing an earthquake that sends a large-scaled sacred boulder tumbling into the nearby quarry. As the disgruntled Pies take down Applejack's decorations, the Apple family decides to return to Ponyville, having overextended their welcome stay. In a crystal mine, Applejack despairs over her failed attempts to bring the apples and pies together. She finds Pinkie Pie in a similar gloom and apologizes for the mess that she made. The two sorrowfully wish to have each other a happy, heartwarming Eve and part ways. As they actually start crying at each other. That's what it is. They weren't in despair. On a train ride back to Ponyville, Granny Smith explains to the Applejack why Pinkie Pie's family's sacred boulder is so important. Applejack admits that she got caught up in a Pie's tradition, that she disregarded why their traditions are more important to them. After discovering Pinkie's heartwarming present to her, Applejack finally understands. Overcoming differences. Back at the rock farm, the Pies struggle to move their sacred boulder at the top of the quarry. Just then, the apples arrive, and Applejack apologizes, trying to force their family traditions onto the Pies. Pinkie Pie accepts Applejack's apology. The two families work together to push the boulder up to the quarry. Sometime later, the Apples and Pies celebrate the holiday by combining their various traditions. Applejack unwraps Pinkie Pie's present to her, and at the end of the episode ends when Maud Pie entertains the two families with reading rock-themed poetry. I'll just read the little pictures here. They're really, really fucking fast. Extremely super quick. Heartwarming Eve, A Time in Ponyville, introducing the Pie family, an awkward family dinner. That was a really cool ass scene. I like that one. Heartwarming Eve, Apple Styles with bad results. To Applejack from Pinkie Pie, cousins forever. Stop the train, Applejack says. The perfect end to a rocky start. Oh, I see that little joke meme that they made right there. That's classic. I like that. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Wow. A lot of people are like comparing this one to the Pinkie Apple Pie episode that was back in like I think late 2013, November, December that year. And I gotta agree with the fools, except the only difference is we didn't see no aunt or uncle from Applejack's side of the family this time. We saw all the Pinkie Pie's family. I felt like this one was almost like, in a way, it just clashed with a fucking like fan fiction story. That's what it sounded like to me. And I guess a lot of their parodies were from like a lot of Mormon and Amish type of families. Well, the way I was looking at it, I know a lot of younger kids won't understand that, but like unless they were growing up in that type of family, which I could kind of relate to a little bit because I was growing up in a very strict Christian household and it fucking sucked ass. I'm not gonna lie. Some days I just felt like it wasn't worth living anymore. Other days, I was extremely miserable as fuck half the time, and it was not fun, man. It was extremely rare if they weren't ever strict. This was like a Friday or Saturday, I don't know. Other than that, it had more of like an Amish vibe to it because they were saying thou and thou will be done, thou kingdom tall there will be done. It was like almost like some Shakespearean type of English language that they were talking when they were using their dialogues. It was kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is because it was only like 4 or 5 hours away from like where Utah is, and that's pretty much the whole Mormon state of the whole country. I mean, I'm not trying to bash on the Mormons, I'm just saying some of them, it's real crazy sometimes. And then like, I don't know where Amishes do, because some people said there was like this fake reality TV show about the Amish people being like on reality, like the Amish mafia, and some people said it was fake, others were real. I honestly don't watch reality TV no more. I haven't watched it in about 5-6 years, and I honestly don't give a shit about it because most of it's script written most of the time. But now I'm getting way the fuck off track. There was a couple scenes I really, really, really liked. There's that one scene with that bitch Limestone Pie. What a fucking cunt, man. That bitch was such a huge cunt. I'm telling you, man. Like, she was just screaming and yelling at the top of her lungs, like, "You step away from my boulder. You don't touch boulder." Like, fuck you, bitch. Get the hell out of my face, man. Seriously. Get the goddamn fuck out, because that's not cool. They shouldn't be treating like their guests like that. Are you kidding me? I mean, at the end of the day, she ends up turning a leaf. I was like, "Oh, what are you waiting for? I guess it's okay." Like, she still has a little fucking nasty ass attitude. Screw that shit, man. That's the one type of women I can't fucking stand. That fucking assholes. I do not like that shit at all, in the slightest. I just don't. It just rubs me the fucking wrong way. I'm not trying to be sexual either. But what else did I like? The only one that actually got like the traditions and a lot of like the heritage where they came from was Granny Smith. I know she's the oldest and the wisest of the Applejack family, so it would kind of make sense that she gets a lot of the knowledge the most, a lot quicker than Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Big Macintosh. And of course, like I said before, I like all the little like the correlations that they meet together. They have a lot of similarities together. Of course, Marble Pie is like the Big Mac of Pinky's family. And Limestone Pie is like nobody. She's kind of like how the old Diamond Tiara was, except she was calling them blanks the whole time. It was like a lot of things I could go on. I could go hours with this episode. I could do a two-parter on this. For all I know, it's just crazy, man. It is just... It's a mind-blowing of another, man. Especially with Mom Pie. That was really cool that her and Apple Bloom got along even together. Actually, when Apple was like, "Oh, she's a sweet pony. Once you get to know her, I guess it's okay." I mean, I could kind of see her being like the real kindness, nice pony, even though she was in that episode for a little bit with that tree hugger episode that was like, what, 4 or 5 months ago? It was like in July or August of that year. I don't even remember. When she ended up calling on Discord saying, "You're the most basic of jokes." I remember that. Never forget it. It was just, it's really good. It really is. And then the last things I'll leave on this case, I guess it's like, the moral of the whole story is that you gotta respect other people's family traditions and all that. Because when I was a 90s kid growing up, I don't know if people still do it nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna get too much into like race or ethnicity. I'll get into it a little bit. Like Kwanzaa is mainly like a big African American type of like traditions, and you got Kwanzaa's for like, no, that's Kwanzaa. Hanukkah is the one where a lot of the Jewish people, they celebrate like the whole Lenora. I think it's Gamora, Nora. I don't know what it is. And of course, what's it called? You got the three wise men. I think it's called Three Kings Day for the Latinos, or the Puerto Rican side of myself. They usually call it that. I never really got to celebrate it, unfortunately, but like, from what I heard, it's like one of the best things in the world. I really got to do that one of these days when I go back to the East Coast, if it ever happens. And what else? There's a lot of other traditions. I mean, the latest one's probably the Chinese New Year, because it's like weeks after the whole Christmas thing's over. So there's that. And every other race, ethnicity have their own way of celebrating Christmas. That's their whole other thing. And I'm not going to get into that because that's not what my channel's about. It's not about politics or race or anything. That's more my other channel. But anyways, my criticism guy channel. And what else can I get deep into detail with? Applejack actually cried a lot this time. And it's funny because she had that whole Tears of Pride thing back in episode 6. Not Some Pony to Watch Over. Thanks for the Memories episode. That's what it was. And she said, "Oh, I only cry pride, tears of joy. I cry on the inside." She says it's true. And she cried in 2 other future episodes later on. So basically that makes her a hypocrite, unfortunately, for AJ. Applejack, man, that pony, she was actually real sensitive in this episode. I really didn't expect to see that side of her. Holy crap, man. They really showed her. I think her and Rainbow actually showed probably the most in this episode, in this season, along with the other ones. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So links to the description box down below today. Annotation for like the episode and all that. And aside. And that's it. Peace out once again, bros and bros and pieces. We'll see you when I see you. You guys have a good day, have a good night, wherever you are in the world. Don't drink smoke at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill. Keep it collective out there. And until then, nice guys. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Brand new videos on show almost every single day. You guys stay in the grind. Stay healthy. Be easy, be you, do it yourself. Peace out, my like sauerkraut. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Stay tuned for more future content channel. Stay tuned for more updates. I got some pizza stuff to order and to try down in about 2 hours. See you guys in the next one. Oh, and link to the article down there too. Had a lot of really good episodes too. I really like the jokes in that one too as well. See you soon, and I'm out. Peace.